Hey, how's it going? This is Melinda and welcome to my channel. So today I'm very excited to present to you my very first music room. I've never had a room of my own for my stereo equipment, my records, all of my sentimental stuff. You're going to see what a big nerd I am. The things that matter to me, a surprise or two along the way, and hopefully you will enjoy seeing my music room. So without further ado, here is the tour. Okay, here we go. Here is my music room. I'm so excited. Let's go ahead and start off with some of the really cool artwork that I have. I love the Mobile Fidelity One Step of Thriller. The guys from Mobile Fidelity reluctantly but very sweetly signed this for me at my request. So I really love having that, and I cannot wait to hear Off the Wall. That is going to be so amazing because Thriller turned out so great, the One Step. And this is Cheap Trick. This was just an insert that was in their most recent album, In Another World. I was able to get this signed autographed copy of this insert, so I was extremely excited about that. This is an absolute treasure for me. This is a signed copy of Odyssey and Oracle by the Zombies, the members of the band. I mean, if you can tell, look at that. Colin Blunstone, Rod Argent. That's my favorite album of all time. I was able to order that online on their website back during the pandemic, and I just absolutely love it. This is one of my favorite album covers of all time. It is not signed by Bob Dylan, but I love the patina on this. This is an old version of this record. It almost looks like the patina looks like snow falling. And I just think it's absolutely incredible. Brian from Brian's Vinyl Records. I bought a record from him, and he sent this as a strengthener to help protect the record I actually bought. And I loved it so much that I decided to frame that. So thank you, Brian from Brian's Vinyl Records. This is Ted Nugent, Fred Bear. I love Ted Nugent's guitar playing, you guys. I love guitar playing. You all know Eddie Van Halen's my favorite guitarist, but Ted is awesome, and Stranglehold is one of my favorite songs. So I was able to buy an autographed copy of this, and I think his autograph's actually really beautiful. We get into Mammoth. This is Wolfgang Van Halen's first release, and I was able to get it autographed. Of course, a dream of mine is to someday, I'm sorry, I've got a little reflection here. My dream is to someday own an Eddie Van Halen autograph. I don't know if that'll ever happen because the prices are skyrocketing now, but that's just a dream. Anyway, we go into, and I'm going to back up a little bit so you can see, because I really love the way this looks. This is a massive 4 shelves all put together, anchored to the wall, and it holds a lot of my vinyl collection. We've got my UHQRs, we've got craft recording one steps, the Impex one step of Getz Gilberto, the Lonius Monk. Here are my MoFi one steps, a couple box sets that I love. Here are my Analog Productions records and the Acoustic Sounds Impulse series, the ones I have bought so far. My Mobile Fidelity record collection, which is really nice. Been buying their records for a long time. And then we go into the numbers. Think Fifth Dimension, 7 Horse, the A's like Aerosmith, Air Supply. Yes, I have a couple Air Supply records. Beach Boys, the Beatles. There's that Beatles and Mono box set. And you guys, it's so funny. I have that book, and I've never even opened it. As you can see, it's still sealed, along with the Past Masters is still sealed. But I have a really nice Beatles collection, and all of my records, you can just look through here. It just goes all the way down to the M section, and I would say the biggest part of my M section is Paul McCartney, my favorite solo artist, where Eddie Van Halen is my favorite artist of all time for his amazing guitar playing. Paul McCartney is my favorite solo artist. I love him. I love him with Wings. I'm just a huge Paul McCartney fan, and I have a lot of his records as well as so many others. Anyway, that shelf holds all of my, you know, audiophile records. It holds all of my regular copies of records as well through the M's. And here, as you can see, this is a carrier for my records. I recently made a video about records that I would rescue in case we ever have a hurricane. I would definitely grab some records and put it in that Beatles case. Here is one of the windows, and I do have curtains put up that I really love. And I'm telling you guys, when I first got my stereo equipment in here and I put a record on, I immediately knew I needed some curtains and I needed a nice area rug, and they've helped me tremendously. So now we're going to go into another part of my room with some more shelving, and this goes from my Ozzy Osbourne records, because I took the records out of the box set that I own, and I went ahead and put them out so they're easy to get to. The Police. I've got a lot of Prince albums going all the way down to the Rolling Stones, and also then it goes on to U2, Taylor Swift, Van Halen, all the way down to the Z's with the Zombies, ZZ Top. And, you know, I have a lot of Mobile Fidelity one steps, and I keep the copies of the records in this bin right here. So I don't have to go and handle the boxes all the time. I think they're beautiful. I love having them on display, but I don't have to have them. I can just grab those records. Here are some classical records and also some books. Passion for Vinyl. I'm actually in the third series of that wonderful book collection. And as you can see here, this is where I am keeping for now, in case of an emergency. These are the records that I'm saving for my collection. And I recently added Pet Sounds by the Beach Boys. One of my viewers called me out and said, you know, you didn't save your original of Pet Sounds. I'm like, you're right. I need to put that in the collection. And right here on this other cubby here, I have records that I need to clean, I need to put in my collection, and then eventually get stored away. So those are just those records that I've bought recently that I haven't had time to listen to. You all probably have a little bit of that too, where you buy something and you don't always immediately have time to listen to it or put it in Discogs. You need to clean it and give it a proper, you know, cleaning and everything else. And then beside that, that's just a little 45 case that's vintage that I thought was really nice. Let me show you the artwork here. I absolutely love the beautiful blue note art that I have, Cool Struttin' by Sonny Clark. This is something that I really struggled with buying because it was 15% off, which was a nice sale on the Blue Note website. And I really love the artwork of this album. I think it's beautiful. Beautiful legs, pretty high heels, just a classic. But the shipping cost was so high that I really reluctantly bought it. And I'm so glad I did, though. You know, it's worth it. It was worth it. And they packaged it beautifully and it came in perfect condition. So here's my Rolling Stones Mobile Fidelity box set that I love. U2, the Joshua Tree. This is actually, if you see this little nipper, this is a salt and pepper shaker that I saw at a record store. I just couldn't resist buying. This is where, when I'm listening to a record, I put it on my Now Playing shelf. And there's another antique nipper, my Bill Evans box set, as well as Ozzy Osbourne. And you guys, I'm not a big drinker. I admit it, I'm not. But every once in a while, a really cool jazz record and a little sip of bourbon. Wow, what a wonderful night. So I'd also look at the color. It looks really cool in this room. It goes with it. So I really love having a little bit of bourbon, but not that often. I'm not a big drinker, you guys. And this is just a little bit of a view of my new couch. I love it. It's extremely comfortable. It's very retro. I talked about the what it reminded me of and my memories of my childhood. It brought back a lot of memories to see this. And also here is my coffee table. It's the shape of a surfboard, which is really cool because I am now living near the beach. My husband and I bought a house here in Florida for the location, and we have been totally renovating the whole house. We didn't really realize we were going to be doing that until we started it. But everything has been changed, and it's just been really interesting. And you all, if you're a Beatles collector, this is Beatles 101 of collecting these little plates that came out. But I just love the colors of Rubber Soul. That one is my personal favorite of the plates. These are really cool coasters from Groove Washer, the London. These are just record labels that make cool coasters. If you see the Van Halen, this is a coaster as well. It was given to me as a gift from Riverbend Records. Billy Hurst, a true, wonderful friend. This is a candle holder, and I forgot to turn it on, but it looks really cool. So let me turn this on real quick so you can see what this looks like. And in the evenings, when it's a little darker in the room, this just absolutely looks beautiful. Lighting the candles also really cool. And this is a cookie jar. It has nothing in it. I don't need to sit around with a bunch of cookies, but it's a magical mystery tour cookie jar. I have a lot of Beatles collectibles, and I know a lot of you are like, but you're the Van Halen girl. Why in the world do you care about the Beatles so much? Well, they're my second favorite band, and there's just so many cool things to collect when it comes to the Beatles. So that's why I have so much of their stuff. And speaking of the Beatles, let me get a little bit of a better look here. This is the Beatles. This is John Lennon. This is a really cool framed poster that I have. And now we're getting into some of my stereo equipment. My subwoofers are so awesome. The REL S 510s, my MoFi Sourcepoint 10s. I love more than ever. I've always loved the way these look. They have a vintage vibe. And in this music room, wow, it's really cool. Another curtain, a beautiful window. I can look out and see our pool. And it's just a beautiful, a nice window to be able to look out. And here is my stereo equipment, which I really love. Now, I'm going to back up a little bit. And I apologize, you guys. My cords, they're not exactly how I want them. I want them a little cleaner. I want to clean that up a little bit. But I've got a spare area right through here. I am going to, right above that record, I have something that is sent away that is going to be framed. And I have posted a few little Easter eggs in this video. So if you can figure out, just based on what I have shown in this, make a guess of what I am having framed for that, just right up here above my turntable. And if you're right, I will give you a shout out on my next video. But this is my Rega Planar 8, which I really love. And here is the rest of my equipment, which is really great. Love, love, love everything I have. And yeah, I love my Emotiva. This is a PT1 Bas X, A300 Bas X. Eventually, I will be getting something else, but in the meantime, these are absolutely incredible, and they've served a very good purpose. And eventually, I will make some upgrades, but for now, I'm going to stick with what I have. Here's my other speaker, and I'm going to stand. Actually, let me sit in my sweet spot so you can see the placement of where I have everything. There's my area rug. Let me scoot a little more. This is actually about the spot where I sit and just take in the music. I really love it. Sounds so amazing. I do have to, work a little bit. I probably need a little more room treatments to help dampen the sound. But so far, I've been very, very pleased. So I think I've got a little ways to go, but I think I'm doing very, very well. Now, let me go ahead and take you in here. This is a walk-in closet because this is supposed to be a bedroom, but of course I've made it my music room. And I'm just going to be admitting what an absolute geek I am, because you're going to get some 40-year-old virgin vibes in this room. So first off, there's some record store day posters that I have yet to hang up. I just don't know where I want to put them. Here's an amazing gift that was given to me from Mike from Nebraska, Van Halen Live, right here, right now. This was a store display. Love it. Now, we're going to go ahead up and I'm just going to give you a quick little look at my closets. These are just old photo albums, record bags. You can see the Beatles van, Led Zeppelin. If you look at that monkey, that's from Opryland from Nashville, Tennessee. It was a theme park. It's no longer there, but that was my childhood monkey that I slept with every single night and loved. The bear, that was given to me after my mom died. That was from a shirt that she owned. My old Ken Barbie. This is a Dolly Parton doll. And there's my old Garfield that I owned. And this is Brooke Shields, and I honestly cannot tell you. The truth is I never owned this doll before, but it was $5 at a flea market, so I picked it up. Love Viewmasters. So when I've seen a couple of those for a few bucks, I've picked them up. This is my old lunchbox of Raggedy and Andy, and it's also my Halloween costume I wore as a little kid. Now, these aren't my actual ones that I owned. These are things that I've saw in more recent years that I picked up because they just brought back so many nostalgic memories, and I just love having them near me, being able to look at them again and remember my childhood. This is one of the biggest things. This is Jill Farrah Fawcett Majors. I absolutely loved her. This doll is still in the box. It reminds me of my favorite Christmas as a child when I got all three of these Charlie Angels dolls. I don't have my originals anymore, but I did buy this. It was still in the box. Here's Snoopy, a groove washer, some books that I have, and I'm going to be showing more of those. DVDs of the Beatles anthologies, and some posters are behind my CDs. I have a very small CD collection. I need to find something to put them in, but I don't want to spend the big bucks. So I'm going to find something at a flea market eventually, and these hold my 45s. And I know we had a discussion about my 45s. Why do I have 45s right now? Because in a video, I talked about no longer needing my 45s, that I was going to have to get rid of them because I was no longer going to have a jukebox. Well, you guys, here it is. I was able to get that jukebox, and I was not lying. My husband told me, based on our staircase, and I will try to show a video here so you can see our staircase of what the movers were going to have to do to get this jukebox into my room. He told me it's nearly impossible. It could do a lot of damage. But based on the expertise of the people who came and got our furniture, my husband felt confident enough to say, you know what? I think we can move the jukebox. Honestly, if I knew what was coming next and that the movers who were going to be in our new home putting our furniture in weren't going to be professional, I wouldn't have done it. So I regret to some degree having the jukebox because of some of the damage that was done. Right above my jukebox is my I Love Nipper. So this is a really cool little mirror. And I'm going to show you what the jukebox looks like. I will insert a little bit of a video here so you can see what it looks like at night, show you some of the titles that I have in here. You know, I have some bad memories right now of this jukebox. I'm not going to lie. But I think in time, overall, I'm going to be extremely glad that I have this jukebox. You know what? I forgot something. Let me go back here because this is big. I don't know why I missed it. There's so many other things to show you in this closet. I'm so glad I have a big old closet here. For one, this is just a ceramic my great aunt made for me. I played volleyball in middle school. Here's sticks, a drum head that was signed by the band, a beautiful gift given to me from Harry of Harry's Music Rooms of Eddie Van Halen. This is one of those glass items that you would win at a fair or a carnival of Van Halen 1984. There's one another of those Beatles plates. This is Egypt Station by Paul McCartney, that luggage collection that you could buy. My husband gave it to me as a Mother's Day gift, and I am absolutely obsessed. I think this Kiss singles box set looks so beautiful and cool. I absolutely adore that. Here's another one of those plates, like the Yesterday and Today album cover. Here is my Stevie Nicks doll. I absolutely love her. I got to see Stevie in concert, and I was extremely impressed. You guys, if you get a chance to see Stevie Nicks, she still sounds amazing. Yeah, and I'm just so impressed that someone of her age is still able to rock it like she is. She's doing a great job, and I really enjoyed that concert. So here is a really cool old 8-track that's extremely sentimental to me. Someone sent this to me as a gift. I shared on my channel a story about this 8-track, and Mike from Nebraska sent the 8-track. Very, very cool. And this is my singles collection. We've got the Beatles, Creedence Clearwater Revival. That's what this one is right here. Here's my Rolling Stone singles. And let me back up a little bit because I want you to see this. This is my jazz collection. I went ahead and separated my jazz from my rock and roll. And this is my jazz collection, along with soundtracks, classical music, and some of the books. I got a couple other Garth Brooks box sets there, you can see. And these are some of the books that I have, musical related books that I really love. The Paul Stanley and Gene Simmons books are signed, so I have autographed copies of those, which is really cool. And then I have a little bit of an open space there. So love my jazz records, and I have room to grow. As you can see, there are so many. If you look around at this music room, I have a lot of gaps that I purposely left so that way my collection, if I buy new things, it can grow. And I just love how spacious it is. Let me give you another look at my room from this angle. It's a work in progress, you guys. I do have to add more treatments as time goes on. I mean, the money isn't as tight as it is right now. You know, we just moved. Also, I forgot to show you this. I want to show you this too. I think this is very cool. This is my vacuum cleaner that I use, the Groove Washer products that I love. And it's just really handy to have them out, plugged in, and ready to go. So when I get a new record, I can just put it on here, and new or used, I should say, and give that record a good cleaning. So I really do love having that out. At the old house, I would have to drag it out from a closet, plug it in, and use it. In this room, it is out and always ready to go. So, you know, I have room for more artwork, for treatments to help dampen the sound even more. I did purchase an area rug and those curtains to help with that. Overall, I am just extremely happy with this room, my very own room, where all of my records are being held. They're no longer all around the house in different rooms. This is my room, and I'm extremely proud and excited about it. So I hope you enjoyed the tour of my new music room. Let me know what you think. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. And yeah, again, I'm such a nerd. Here's my old stuff that just really sentimental to me. And if you have any suggestions, I'm always open. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Take care. Bye-bye.